Welcome, everybody, to what should be a memorable experience for everybody here in the building. The Big 12 Championship game has a history of wild, dramatic finishes, and based on this matchup today, we could be in for another one. There's a lot more at stake than a championship trophy here today. There's playoff positioning and potentially just getting into the playoff on the line as well. So the stakes have never been higher. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Kickoff team out there getting ready, and this is it, the battle for the conference championship trophy. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the Baylor Bears offense comes on the field first today. And this quarterback, of course, Kirk, he's the guy that stirs the drink for this team.
You talk about the total package. He runs it, produces it, directs it, acts out all the scenes. He's the whole package. I love a quarterback who understands the ins and outs of a football game. This kid plays like he wrote the manual.
They get him down, but the junior with an excellent run there.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
To throw, it's Padrino. Trying to create here on the move. It's caught downfield.
Chris, that's a great example of his arm strength. He just fired the ball in there much quicker than the defense could even react.
Handoff from the shotgun. He's brought down out at the 46.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Looking to pass here on second down. Short connection to the tight end here. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Short completion there. Second down coming up. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zero in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Receiver makes the grab.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no-man's land, depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up, and you can go get a touchdown.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play and great execution here by this offense.
And it's a throwaway. That's a good call down here in the red zone on first down. Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Padrino. There's a screen pass to the running back. Brought down, the completion moves the ball down to the 4.
And the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screen play. Nice positive gain for the offense.
Can he make it to the marker? He'll be brought down just a few inches short of that first down marker.
Well, they tried to grind that out for those 2 yards, and they came up just short. I'm talking inches short. You know the players are going to say, hey, Coach, let's go for it. We can make it. We can make it. It's 4th down and inches. Get behind that line and go for it.
And they'll try the quarterback sneak. And they stop him just short, but the defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal. The Bears looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Bears. Methodical but effective, Kirk. Probably one of the most impressive drives we've seen in a conference championship game.
Hey, I have to agree with you. Long drives like that are like a great painting. Slowly layering all the intricate facets until you have a masterpiece completed. That drive was put together in the same fashion. Just masterful execution on that drive.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Returner trying to create good field position. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. The Wildcats offense out there for their first possession. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the quarterback keeps it on the option. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
Man, every single time this guy runs the option, you're kind of like holding your breath, wondering if he's going to break a tackle or get out in the open field and use his speed. He picks up some yards here, but let's see if this defense can keep pressure on him and not letting him get out into the open.
And there's the handoff. Physical run, breaking tackles. Oh, the ball's knocked loose. And the defense jumps on the football. The offense starts with a short field. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Finds room at the 30. That's a nice gain to move the sticks here as time runs out in the first quarter. And Kirk Baylor has the lead here. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
That's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Looking to throw. It's Padrino. Looking for his back. Catch made. Receiver found a soft spot in that zone defense. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Offense looking to keep this drive going into the red zone. It's 3rd down and short.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Catch made over the middle. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
Hey, I don't blame the defense here at all, Chris, for bringing the blitz. It's 3rd down and short. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you got to tip your cap to this quarterback. I think he was anticipating the blitz, so he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and pick up the 1st down.
He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense. And the Bears hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. Oh, it's snapped to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield. He may go for a third or a fourth later today.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. Return starts from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. Last possession, they fumbled it away and it set up a touchdown drive. And they bounce back from that right away. The backs got it. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
I love to see this from this running back. Let's not forget the last time they were out, he put the ball on the ground, but he has a short memory. Comes back out next time, gets the ball in his hands, delivers with a big-time run on this drive.
Lets it fly to the wideout. He pulls it in for a big gain. It's a huge gain across midfield. Ball will be spotted about the 31. And the Wildcats looking to run some tempo here.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Grab down the middle. It's Jennings. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Sideline catch made, but they stop him for no gain. 2nd down play coming up. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Running back has it on a screen now. They've got him, but that completion... down yardage.
Now that's what I call coming through for your team in a pressure situation. Great read, got the ball where it needed to go, and now you're set up to get 6.
Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. To the air. It's Evanson. Oh, it is incomplete. They call a screen on 1st down, but he just dropped it.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Looking to scramble. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
I love to see this by this quarterback. And instead of giving up on the play and just throwing it away or trying to put one into coverage, he just takes off, reminds his defense what he can do with his legs, and almost took it to the house.
They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. Coach chooses to go for a field goal attempt here. So it'll be a chip shot from the right hash mark. And he knocks that one right through.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. So here comes the Baylor offense onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Caught quickly. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon. Quarterback making some changes at the line. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Snags the quick throw. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half. Let's talk strategy here. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Looking to pass. It's Padrino. Didn't see anybody open, just throws it away. That's now going to bring out the third down. Looks like one more play here before halftime. On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Bears will kick this deep to begin the second half. And the kickoff will be a return. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
The tight end has got it. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And they'll stop him after a short gain. The Wildcats come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. To throw, it's Evanson. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down. This Kansas State offense is quickly moving down the field. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Brought down quickly, but a big gain through the air. Ball moves to the 45.
Oh, that was close. Got just enough for the first down against that man-to-man coverage. Good awareness by the receiver to get past the sticks and move the chains.
And it's incomplete. A little first down trickery doesn't work that time. Incomplete. Second down coming up. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Lets it go quickly. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. After a short return, he's tackled at the 18. What an enormous takeaway by this defense.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And here's the handoff. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Scanning the field, it's Padrino. Makes the catch. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle. Third down, out of the shotgun. Finds an open target on the left side. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
He's moving out of the pocket now. And left with no option, just has to throw it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure. Just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Some hard running there through a tackle. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a first down. The Bears come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. He'll hand it off. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. And no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
Quarterback escapes the pocket. Goes to his right side there for the completion.
It's a small gain, but look who they threw the football to, the fullback. Nice to see him get his opportunities.
Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Dropping back, it's Padrino. Catch made on the right side. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play. And 14BaylorU has the lead here. We've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game sets before we move on. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Fans of the defense got to be frustrated. The offense cannot be stopped here. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The Bears pick up enough yardage for a first down.
Boy, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the 4th quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And the defense is doing everything they can to try to rip that ball out. They've got to get the football back to their own offense to have any chance, obviously, of winning this game.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Ball handed off. Just runs through a man, a mismatch. And he's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. That's another touchdown for the running back, and they've got one hand in that conference championship trophy now.
Man, this running back is just adding up the touchdowns. You know, the whole conference knows about this guy and what he's capable of doing. And here he is, the big stage in a championship game, showcasing everything he's got in the toolbox.
And they'll set up for the PAT. Extra point up and good. They build the lead to 18 in the final quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. We'll see what they can do here. First down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. And the Wildcats come to the line to run the hurry up.
Hey, it's positive yards, right? That's never a bad thing. But let's face it, Chris. These guys got a long way to go in a short amount of time to do it. So let's get the ball downfield, and let's get out of bounds to try to preserve that clock.
Back to throw. It's Evanson. Quick throw to the left side. Makes the catch downfield. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
Nice grab. It's Flanagan. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Well, fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
And the game just good enough for a first down. The Wildcats churn out another first down. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And he drops back in the gun, looking for the wideout. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
He'll take a deep shot here. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
This will fall incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Well, that'll do it, Chris. This defense has played well the entire game. It's very fitting here on this fourth down play in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. They step up again. Give them the game ball.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Handoff here from the shotgun. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball to 44.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right here.
What an amazing run these guys have had, and now they can call themselves champions of the Big 12 and become a piece of the history of that great conference. And now with the playoff spot locked up, we get to see what they can do against the 11 other best teams in the nation. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.